Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing New.
Anthony Joshua beats Jermaine Franklin by unanimous decision. And look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And Anthony Joshua beats Jermaine Franklin by unanimous decision, gets a clear-cut victory. But the problem I have with this is not the victory of an elite fighter. Anthony Joshua should have put this guy away. Anthony Joshua should have pummeled this guy, dominated him in a different way. And literally, he was working at a turtle's pace. It was disgusting. Anthony Joshua looked like he was very tentative. The guy was looking hesitant to let his hands go completely, and every time he got hit with something, he looked like he was afraid. They say the eyes are the key to the soul, and his soul looked gone. Anthony Joshua is not a top 5 heavyweight right now, period. He's simply not a top 5 heavyweight. The guy doesn't have that type of killer instinct at this moment. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Anthony Joshua is training under Derrick James. Much credit to him. They got a victory, but I was far from impressed. But at the end of the day, it does not matter who Anthony Joshua hires or trains with. The guy is no longer the same fighter. This is no longer the same Anthony Joshua with the killer instinct who was looking to fight anybody and run them over like a Mack truck. This is not that Anthony Joshua. That Anthony Joshua may be gone forever. I mean, look, I have no problem with the performance. Anthony Joshua won, but if you want to call this guy an elite fighter, you're delusional. Anthony Joshua is no longer an elite fighter. They talk about Anthony Joshua potentially fighting Tyson Fury next. That's an absolute fight where he's just looking for a payday, a cash out. He's willing to sell it all at that point because Anthony Joshua's not beating Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's taking him to school and likely stopping Anthony Joshua. I've always been a huge supporter of Anthony Joshua, but I have to be honest about what I'm seeing from Anthony Joshua. Also, Anthony Joshua and his team are absolutely delusional. Anthony Joshua did not completely gas out in this fight, and I heard people giving him kudos and praise. That makes no sense to me because at the end of the day, Anthony Joshua came in this fight at 255.4 pounds, the heaviest he's ever been in any fight in his career. Of course he didn't gas out for 2 reasons. 1, he's fighting at a snail's pace, and 2, Anthony Joshua's fighting a level of a competition that's not going to push him, not going to make him work, and not going to do anything to him seriously to get him out of there. If this was an elite fighter in there with him tonight, a top fighter in there tonight, they would have cooked Anthony Joshua's ass, and he definitely would have gassed out. He definitely would have blew his load. Don't come in here carrying all of those muscles, all of that weight. That's one of his biggest critiques that I have of Anthony Joshua, is that he simply doesn't understand his conditioning and fitness. He even said for the Usyk fight that he didn't know what his stamina was going to be until he got into the fight. Just absolutely delusional. This is not the type of guy that's ever going to be able to beat a guy like Usyk or Fury. You're not beating elite fighters. I don't even have him beating Deontay Wilder right now. I think since Wilder only needs one shot, eventually he'll find it because Anthony Joshua's too afraid to go balls to the wall and put these guys away. The Anthony Joshua we see today is no longer the Anthony Joshua that was great. Because men lie, women lie, but the facts don't lie.